It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Here's Dart. Baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Set, ready. Ready, go.
Takes the handoff, now low. Oh, he starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Let me say this definitively. That is not the way you thank your defense for giving you the football. Don't follow that other quarterback steps and toss it right back to him. He got away with one.
Maybe a little rattled after that near interception. Let's see how he plays this on 3rd and long.
Come on, set.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Shoves him off. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. They could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Set, cut.
They'll run for it. Jacobs. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You look at the tendencies and the stats, Kate, 4th, and that distance, typically you see pass. Now, of course, you got the perfect running play in your back pocket and a whole bunch of trust in the people around you.
Let's go now. Ready.
1st down throw. Here's Love. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. Crosses the 35. This play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. Love now on 1st and 10. He's got it near the end. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers parlay the interception into points. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Giants nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check up.
Now here's Cam Scattergood on the ground. Oh, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that run stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Where one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
On the gun, here's Dart. That pass is caught by Wandale Robinson. And a nice game here, but it stops short of the first.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He finds Slayton on the slant. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
A 2-yard gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Dart's going to go for it on 4th. He's down to his running back. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
And the Giants first down. A gain of 15. First
They're
down.
going to throw again. By Theo Johnson. And they're on him right near the catch point as he gets this to the 24-yard line. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. The Packers on top early. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Guys, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Scatterboo now on the gun. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
You know, kid, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel. It's just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 running.
Dart out of the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Giants tie this game 7-7.
Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
Love now off the play action. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Setting up the running back screen. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 9.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. That's the 1st and more inside the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this. We've set it downs from the 37.
Set, ready.
Play fake, it's Love. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
That's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Ready.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Has his man. It stops. This this is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Inside the red zone. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Packers take the lead just before halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing on 1st down. It starts. For big yards on the right side. It's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Giants 1st down.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Ready? Lightning 18.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
It's a gain of 14
Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st down now, ball at the 33.
At the 60, at the 60. Come 19, come 19.
Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Has a man on target to Johnson. It's a New York touchdown.
To Theo Johnson.
The Giants earn the chance to tie it before halftime. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants tie things up at 14.
To kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
One last play before the break.
Full fury. You're set.
Looks like they'll play it safe for the run to the outside. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready?
Play action. Love. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. To the air with Long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be third and long.
19.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Set. 10 black. Hut.
Third and long for him here. Into the crowd, and the comes up with it. Colson and Devo's got it. And the Giants are going to have possession at their own 46.
They'll take over first and 10.
Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
5 still to go here. This is second down.
Let's go. 79.
To throw. Here's Dart. Johnson once more. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's good for a New York first down.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Driving forward with Scatterbury. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up second and 2. Dart now against the blitz. Look out. Right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's going to be third and short coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check go.
Back to throw it. It's on target to Johnson. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at that turnover on downs. Instead, they pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On the handoff, here's Scatterbury. Has movement to the secondary, and he will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants grab the lead on their first series of the half. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort there to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense, in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, it can mean a touchdown.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Got it.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Dumps it off. Jacobs. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
They cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Second and 3 now.
Hey, check mega. Set.
Hand off here to Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Ready.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Here we go. Hut.
Throwing, it's low. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Gets it to the field, on target to Watson. They're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready.
In the red zone now. Here's it holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
That was a situation where I think the drive, the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Okay, break.
So after the sack, here comes second and 11.
Ready. Check Fury. 45. White. Ready.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And 2 yards all he can get since they're down.
He was brought down by Andrew Phillips. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 10.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers down by 7.
Ready, break.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Down. Set, go.
Looking to throw. Fails out of the pocket quick. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Giants make the play that should win them this game. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10.
Warriors 17. Here we go. 60 Bison.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
70 Lions.
They're going to pass it here. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one, where what would normally be a catch.
Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted! Angela and Cooper takes it away! Back Picked up on their own goal line, Brock. A little bit surprising to see them decide to throw for it there.
Yeah, a bunch of trust thrown their way by the staff to call a pass play in that situation. You know, and you'll hear coaches say this, Kate. You got to play fast, but never in a hurry. He was hurried right there, and it certainly led to the INT.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
5, 97. Let's go. Yellow, 43. 10 cycle.
Jacobs with it. And he'll pull his way in for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Here we go, set.
Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Brings up 3rd.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Packers cut it to a point late in this one. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
He got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. There he goes again. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Gain of 26 yards there. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, New York.
Running with Scatterboo. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. The Packers take their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Let's go now.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to manage it on that run. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Going right back to Scatterboo. He was unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Go! 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
From the pistol, give to Scatterboo. He's stopping after a gain of about 3. He's looking at 4th down.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
This one of the biggest moments of the game for Graham Gano. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it! And they've taken back the lead. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from Green Bay.